Hey, I'm Locko. I play third clarinet in Introspect, and today I'm going to be showing you how to play the guitar solo from our song Mjolnir. Before we get into the solo, I just want to talk about the harmony underneath, because I think that gives you a good idea about what was going through my head when I wrote it, and it gives you a good tapestry to work with when you're doing writing a solo, if you will. Usually we play on 7 strings, tuned to C standard with a drop F. It's pretty low and silly, but it sounds sick. But today I'm playing just on a standard 6 string in standard E tuning, because that's what I did the solo on. You just need to use a standard string. Standard tuned. If you want to play in the standard C, you just move everything up 4 frets. We're going to start from the start of the bridge section, where everything starts to die down, and Flick sings Our World So Fragile. So the first chord's a C minor, A flat major, F major, then B flat major. That happens twice, then F major, then A flat major, and B flat major, then F. Okay, so I'm going to break down the solo in 3 different sections. The opening is the melodic part that kind of follows what the piano is doing in the bridge. The second part is the chaotic sweep picking, and then the third part is the repeated arpeggio pattern. So let's jump into it. Okay, here's section 1 slowed down. So the main tricky bit in section 1 of the solo is this descending lick that starts on fret 17, and it descends in groups of 5. So I'm going to start here. That's the first group of 5. And then the next one goes up to here. And then it continues the same way, just going a string up each time. And when you get to there, that's when you slide down to the 12th fret. And then you end on the 13th fret, just like that. Okay, so here it is again. all of that is alternate picked except for the one moment where you slide down to the 12th fret. Okay, the chord pattern here is an arpeggio based on the 13th fret on the A string, with a tap onto the 18th fret up on the E string. And the pattern itself does actually repeat the taps a few times in this section. That's the first pattern. The second pattern is the same except it just repeats twice. So a good way to practice that and get that on your fingers is just go back and forth on that pattern only. And then when you're up to it, play along with the click. The whole thing again. So once you've made it to the 18th fret, after the sweep picking, here's the rest of it nice and slow. So the slide down here is going from the 15th fret on the G string down to the 8th fret on the D string. So it's a direct repeat of the octave above. And a nice little vibrato at the end there adds a nice little flair to it. So that whole section again. So the next lick is based on the 8th fret, it's like a pentatonic bass lick. There's a little half bend when you get to the 12th fret. And that's all of section 2. Okay, so the last section is a repeated arpeggio chord pattern. It's exactly the same as the one on the sweep picking that we had before, except you start 2 frets down on the 11th fret. So here's the whole pattern, nice and slow. So we start on the 11th fret. And then when you get right back to that first note, you slide straight up to the 13th fret. So there's that repeat of the same note up the top here on the E string. And then after that, you slide down to the the 8th fret. I'm a piece of shit. To the 8th fret. And the last note before you get to the same pattern again when it repeats is on the 5th fret on the D string. And then the pattern just repeats. As a bonus, here is the harmony part for the arpeggio pattern in section 3. So you'll notice there, it's exactly the same pattern, except you just start one string above where you would have in the regular pattern. So instead of starting here, you start here. And it makes a really nice harmony effect. Okay, here's the solo all together at a slower tempo. thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. And if you want to see any other sections of our songs broken down, also leave a comment and we'll get back to you in 10 business days.